What we got here?
Captain, this is William Klein. He was wrecking an office.
I just wanted to meet them face to face. I wanted them to admit what they were doing.
Who is they?
He was in the office of the Trilateral Commission.
Trilateral Commission?
Yeah, the Trilateral Commission.
All right, what is the Trilateral Commission?
It's an organization founded in 1973 by David Rockefeller to bring together business and political leaders from the United States, Europe, Japan, so they could work together for better economic and political cooperation between their nations.
And that's what they'd like us to believe. But you see, what they're really up to is a scheme to plant their own loyal members in positions of power in this country, to work to erase national boundaries and create an international community, and in time bring about a one-world government.
Take it they're pressing charges?
Yeah, well, he broke a globe and some UNICEF artwork.
Well, they're in on it too.
Okay, Mr. Klein, if you just...
I'm telling you, our whole way of life as we know it is in jeopardy.
I appreciate that information.
But I have the documented evidence. It's all in there.
You're still not
Show
convinced,
huh? Would you like to hear the names of just a few of the people who have been on the Trilateral Commission?
Not particularly.
James Earl Carter. Heard of him?
Look, Mr. Klein...
Henry Kissinger. You heard of him? Walter Mondale.
Who?
Mr. Klein, this is
John Anderson, George Bush. Now, you remember at the convention, everybody thought it was going to be Ford for Veep. You know what happened? David Rockefeller just picked up a phone, put in a call. Hey, Ronnie, forget Jerry, it's George. Bye. So, no matter who won in November, they had their man in the White House.
Are you through?
I said to David, tell me about your life. What was the worst and the best part of your life? So David said, when I grew up, everyone knew I was a Rockefeller. They didn't know that my father told me he would not leave me a dime. No money. But every time we went out to eat, me and my 5 friends at school, they would leave me the bill. They would expect me to pick up the check because I was a Rockefeller. And he said, I was chairman of Chase Bank. And he said, I remember like it was yesterday, one of the headlines in Time magazine said, David, please fire yourself. So he thought that there was a world that existed that would be a combination of both politics and business and leadership. What do I mean? He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said most countries, the politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East. Someone's there for 4 years and then they're not there anymore. The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents. So it was the North Americans, the Europeans, and the Asians. So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission? Now, I was 30 years old, 32 years old. I said, great. And he said, well, you have to fill out this application so they have your bio. And I looked at the list of people, and it was Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, Paul Volcker, every great leader in America, the Asians, the Japanese, and with a very long description of their history.
Here are the facts. According to their website, the Trilateral Commission was founded in 1973, bringing private sector leaders together to discuss global issues. This organization filled a crucial gap in communication between Europe, North America, and Asia. Originally, the founders envisioned a need for closer cooperation in an era of increasing interdependence as the U.S. lost some of its old influence. Nowadays, the common term for this sort of interdependence is globalization. The group has 3 chairman positions, one for each region. The Trilateral Commission is a small group with around 390 members. The Trilateral Commission is attempting to create a one-world government. Other groups, such as the Bilderbergers, have also been accused of pursuing similar goals. Jones isn't the only one who believes this. Several U.S. politicians, including Barry Goldwater, also believe the Trilateral Commission is an attempt to consolidate power and influence outside of the traditional political structure, ultimately with the goal of overpowering governments. Why? First, the commission was founded by David Rockefeller. During this time, he was also running the Council on Foreign Relations, another elite international organization. The first trilateral group included carefully screened private citizens. In fact, one of the commission's rules prevents members from holding public office during their membership. This doesn't mean they can never hold public office. After all, Paul Volcker was a trilateral member until he became the chairman of the Federal Reserve. After his term as the chairman was over, Volcker returned to the commission. Jimmy Carter was also involved with the Trilateral Commission, and when he became president, he picked several commission members to serve under his administration. This organization has also held the ear of other presidents. Although Ronald Reagan did not initially approve of the organization, he did eventually come to see the value of the group, inviting trilateral members to the White House in 1984. This revolving door membership makes many politicians uncomfortable, and it's no surprise. These sorts of conspiracies are frightening because they don't require outlandish things like ghosts or aliens. They simply hinge on the assumption that powerful people will tend to take actions that consolidate their existing power. If, as the radical John Birch Society and others argue, the Commission is attempting to subvert democracy under the guise of improving life for humanity, then why is the group so open with their membership roster and publications? According to journalist Cecil Adams, the chummy atmosphere alone can create a climate of opinion that is potentially harmful to American interests. This concern becomes even more important when we consider that many of the North American Commission members become public servants and simply return to the Commission when their time in office is over. So what is the Trilateral Commission doing exactly? Is there, as Commission members state, a beneficial aspect underlying this organization's actions? Or, as the conspiracy theorist and several politicians would have you believe, is there something the Trilateral Commission doesn't want you to know?